Okay, here we are for another round. One lander on the draw. It's an Ether Hub. Let's mulligan. This hand's a keep. No red source, but we can cast pretty much all the spells on our hand based on the lands we have. No one drop. Okay, looks like we're playing against either forest. Okay, either Marvel or green red. Gonna actually lead on Ether Hub in case we draw Foreboding Marsh or Foreboding Ruins. Then we can play it untapped. Ooh, I'm actually happy that it's an aggro deck because we don't really have the fastest draw otherwise, though. Let's see if we can draw a land here. It's gonna be pretty important. Normally these decks play like blossoming defense, so this might not work out too well for us on the draw. Okay, we're at 16. Another brawler, alright. Well, we drew running Pianolars. That's not exactly what we wanted. Not quite dead yet if I can manage to hit a land drop here. I could try to block, actually. The decks don't play any removal at all. And if he's got a pump spell, that will force him to use it. And I feel very far behind here, so actually I'm just going to pass. Though he could just not attack and play something like a Hydra, which could be a huge problem. But I just don't think I'm winning the race here. So we're just going to pass, try to trade. I don't think... The only reason to, I guess, attack with the Copter is we could draw a tap land. But I likely am going to eat a pump spell here. It's going to be built to smash. Or blossoming defense. I don't really think I'm very likely to win this game unless he's flooded somehow. But he wouldn't have let on Ether Hub if he actually had a forest in his hand. So I doubt that that's the case. But we'll try to block. And that prevents us from going down too low as well. Let's loot. So Foreboding Ruins. So we get a little bit punished because we didn't attack that turn. Wow, he didn't have a pump spell. That's kind of surprising. I think for sure if he had any sort of pump spell, he would have used it. So I'm trying to figure out what is in his hand. Maybe like Harness Lightning? I think he would have used that too. It was possible he was being conservative with his pump spell, but I think I'm just going to play Smuggler's Copter and pass. Well, this is actually... Yeah, I guess that's our play we have to make. It's pretty bad against a pump spell because we lose both the Fiery Temper and the Copter, but I think it's still reasonable. I just want to keep threats off the board. I'm at 11 life. He's got 4 cards in hand. So, I'd like to imagine that maybe he is flooded. What's a 5-mana spell in this deck? Averterous Gearhulk. Okay, that's pretty good. So that's gonna be, assuming he pumps it up all the way, we actually cannot take it down with Copter. Pretty smart play by him to put 1 counter and nothing else on here. So, I think... could I take it? Trade 2 for 1. Try to draw into a Disintegration. Okay, I like it. I guess it's not 2 for 1 because we're just discarding the Temper for free. And we also save ourselves 3 damage. Really need to draw a Disintegration, though. So we're going to be at 8, and he's got a 7/7. So if we draw Unlicensed Disintegration, we're not in the worst shape. We can also potentially take 1 hit here. I'm going to play Bowmat into Copter because next turn I want to just have as many shots at hitting a Disintegration as possible. Oh, I forgot that this could just block. Wow, that was... That was a poor play. that was low quality Magic right there. Why did I just... I don't know why I didn't realize this is a creature. All right, so it turned out he had multiple Gearhulks, so that makes some amount of sense. So he's playing a big version of the green-red deck. I don't think most of them play Verdurous Gearhulk. So let's go ahead and side in 2 Kaladesh. I like Bombardment because it works with Kaladesh and it's pretty good against like Conservative Conduit and Voltaic Brawler. I think we're going to board out Bowmats. Key to the City seems bad. And Fleet World Cruiser seems not bad, but I think I'd rather have the Dark Dwellers in this matchup. Just keep all of his creatures off the board, essentially. Though these are a bit worse when he's boarding in when he has the Verdurous Gearhulks in his deck. That attack was so poor. I honestly have no idea what I was thinking. Chandra could be good too. Like I'm on the play. They don't have that many creatures in their deck. I believe they play like somewhere between 12 and 16 spells, and then like 24 creatures or something. So I could potentially just, you know, mow down his creatures and resolve a Chandra, or like he's got 1 brawler in play or whatever, and I play Chandra and kill it. I think I'm actually gonna try it. I definitely don't want Weaver. Transgress could be okay as well. But yeah, let's board up some apprentices and board in Chandras and try to go a little control-y and see how that works. Just it's really important to, I mean, they are kind of like a poison deck, so you wanna pretty much keep them off of having a creature in play as much as you can. And I can actually do that with my sideboard and kind of like effectively the Goblin Dark Dwellers and the 3/4 guy, Kaladesh, help me do that effectively. What the heck? What happened to the unlicensed integration? Did I bottom it? Really? I bottomed it? That was an accident. That's kind of unfortunate. Wow, that is really unfortunate. Okay, well, we're going to be playing without one of those, I guess. That was a misclick. Wow, I might be tired this morning. Probably should have waited or drank some coffee or something. I don't know. Come up with some excuse here. I don't know what excuse I can come up with. But now we have a P on board. 2 Fiery Tempers. If we draw another land, we have Kaladesh, which is obviously great. I don't think he has any removal in his deck. I guess they do play Harness Lightning, so he will be able to kill it, potentially. Okay, he's got a Lanthu Hellion. It's going to be kind of a problem, but I don't really want to block that. I think I'd rather try to get Kaladesh into play before trying to block it and kill it or something. I'm just hoping he doesn't have a Harness Lightning here, but even if he does have a Harness Lightning, he has to spend 4 energy, which would leave his Hellion dying, assuming he doesn't have any energy generation otherwise. So Kaladesh is a pretty good play here. I mean, as it always is. Could be interesting. He plays an Arlen Cord. Attacks for 6. Alright, we'll take it. Oh, that gives it Vigilance. That's interesting. Down to 3 energy. Really wish I had that removal spell. Though what I can do is I can just make the Hellion can't block and then kill the Arlen Cord, I think is my best play. Definitely going to play my land out. Is that my best play? I can just swing with everything. If he blocks, I can Fiery Temper it before damage. I get a zombie and kill the Hellion. I think I can leave the Hellion in play for 1 more turn. I don't... That can't block. I'm kind of hoping that he plays some sort of small creature so I can Fiery Temper it. It's possible the best play was to just... Well, no, I like gaining the 3 life. For sure. It's possible my best play was to just attack with a token and then Fiery Temper the Arlen Cord. But now I have 2 Fiery Tempers in my hand, which kind of locks him out of playing any relevant creatures. And I can also race him. Like, if he doesn't play anything to kill with Fiery Temper, I can just Fiery Temper his face. and untapping with him at 14, and I still have a big lifelinker. If he plays Bristling Hydra, that could be interesting. Is there any reason to kill this with a trigger on the stack? Harness Lightning still kills my guy, so I'll just let the trigger resolve. Ooh, there's a Long Tusk Cub. So let's let him pay for the Hellion, and then we can kill the Cub. And he can't not pay, right? Because then I get a zombie. So yeah, let's Fiery Temper this. And it's probably game. I think one blocker will be well, actually, I probably should have left back one more, because if he's got Uncaged Fury plus Built to Smash, what is that? That's 8/8 double strike. I guess I couldn't survive that anyway with just 2 zombies. I guess I could have left the Pia back as well. So I might be dead here, actually. Nope, not dead. Okay, I like that. Though, yeah. Oh, that's right. He's the Gear Hulk version. I feel as if he's probably a lot less combo-oriented than the other decks. Alright, so I don't have a creature in my graveyard. If I swing with the team, he has to block the Scrounger, right? If I play land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because I have 3 pumps. But then I have nothing to block. Though I'm at 12. Yeah, I'm just dead to Uncaged Fury. It's a tough spot. I think I just have to be dead to Uncaged Fury. I don't think there's anything I can really do about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this unable to block. Leave back Pia, I suppose, because then I can bring the Scrounger back. I want to make sure I can kill him next turn, though. I guess... Am I dead to Uncaged Fury anyway? I could just attack with everything. He has to block Scrounger. Then I put him to 3, and I end up at 17, which means he has only got 12 damage. So I'm not quite dead to Built to Smash or Blossoming Defenses, but I am very dead to Fury, which, like we said, we can't do anything about anyway. Or my other option is to just make the Gearhulk unable to block, and then leave the Pia back. Doesn't necessarily kill him on the next turn. So I think what I do is I just send with the team. It's not great, but he's forced to block the Scrounger. Oh, he's just dead. Alright, well that made this easy. Is this not lethal? I'm hoping it's lethal. Seems very lethal to me. Just snaps, blocks the Kaladesh. Doesn't even think about it. Alright, well anyway, the thinking there, I guess that play let him just mess up, which is kind of nice. But if he blocks the Scrounger, which he should, we like put him. We're not dead to most like a majority of his pump spells, and we have him at 3 basically. Wow, if I didn't bottom that Unlicensed Disintegration, like that was really weird. I swear. I mean, I don't play that much Moto, so it's hard for me to say if I messed up for sure, but I wonder if Transgress is any good against him. I kind of want to like break up his combo a little bit. It seems to me like Inventor's Apprentice is going to be kind of bad. Pia also seems kind of medium. Though I don't like having like no 1-drops other than Bombardment. I don't only have 12 artifacts in this version. I'm not sure how good Chandra is going to be on the draw. He just has a lot of random creatures that this can come down and kill and leave the board completely empty. Or it can just win me the game otherwise. I'm definitely not racing. I'm definitely the control deck because his combo is very threatening. Because of the Dark Dwellers, I think I am going to put in 1 Transgress over one of these Pias. I want to have some number of, like 5 1-drops is... I don't like going down to 0, and you guys have probably seen me do this a few times where I have a few Inventor's Apprentice in my deck. It's kind of nice because I don't want to draw 2, but I don't mind drawing 1 just as like a cheap threat that can maybe help me burn my opponent out. Another thing I do sometimes when I board out a lot of creatures is I board out Copter, which is like very weird, but we're boarding in Dwellers, so I think it's fine. 1 Transgress seems strange, but the Verdurous Gearhulk is kind of a problem. I don't want 2 because I think that I'm not always going to have black mana, and I'm not always going to hit off of it. So, like, I don't really want to draw 2 ever, which I know that's not great logic because drawing the first one can be really powerful, but a card like Inventor's Apprentice or Pia is a threat. Like, I'm still an aggro deck. I don't want to board in all this discard. Even though, like, it's kind of weird to quantify it. Like, I think 1 is good. But I think 2 is, I don't know, maybe it's just wrong to board in 1 ever, but I'm on the draw against like a creature pump spell combo deck, so I think it's reasonable to play 1 Transgress, and it might even be reasonable to play 2. I'm going to keep this hand. It's the kind of hand where we'd actually like to have a Inventor's Apprentice. But I have Flow for his first threat, and I have Scrounger. Revealing Mountain, okay. There's my 1 Foil Mountain. I didn't quite have enough of that kind of mountain. Let's see what he has here. Okay, that has to die. Another Attune. He's kind of energy rich. If he's got like a Long Tusk Cub, we could be in trouble. He's got another Attune. Okay, I accept that. Wasn't really a great turn from him. Gonna play a Pia Nalar. Would love to have the Scrounger in play, but I just couldn't risk him like playing a turn 3 Arlen Cord or something off of that Servant. Hydra could be a huge problem. Yep. Here we go. Don't like my chances against the Hydra. But I can race it, I think. In my set review, I said this card was really bad. I didn't say it was bad. I said it was just too slow for constructed. But I wasn't imagining it in an Uncaged Fury kind of shell. But I definitely was wrong. This card's absurdly strong. Gearhulk? Oh, Arlen Cord. Alright, I actually don't really care that much about that. I have a Fiery Temper to kill the Arlen Cord. I guess I can also just send creatures at it. I think here I want to just get as much creature power into play, so I'm going to attack Arlen Cord and then use my Dark Dwellers to finish it off. Yeah, this Hydra is really good. Wish I had like To the Slaughter or something, but that's not even. I saw that in like Team Eureka's red-black deck, they played to the slaughter in their sideboard, which seemed kind of random. It's possibly for this matchup or like Planeswalker matchups. But it just seems a little bit too narrow for my taste. What do I do here? So he can pump 3 times. I just don't really think I'm going to be able to beat this Hydra. Maybe because of Hydra, maybe I am supposed to board in both transgresses. So if I double block, forces him to pump 3 times or have any pump spell, I could also just chump. I think that's my best plan. I don't think I'm going to beat an Uncaged Fury ever. 14 double strike, 7 double strike. I'm not even dead if I just chump. Yeah, and I have another P in my hand. So I think chumping is better than putting both in front. Because if I put both in front, he just on board can kill them both for free, essentially. And then if he has any other energy card, his card is protected from disintegration. But I don't even have the disintegration, so... Alright, let's go ahead and play Pia. And bash for the team. I mean, this is a pretty hefty chunk of damage here. I have him dead next turn for sure. And I have 2 blockers. So maybe I'll steal this one. And like I said, he does have Gearhulk and not Uncaged Fury, so... Harness Lightning. It's unfortunate. That changes my clock significantly, but I think I still am likely going to kill him next turn. Assuming he doesn't have another lightning, he's going to 11 here. And I can chump with Thopter. If I chump with Thopter... Oh, he's got another one. Ooh, I shouldn't have pumped before. I was going to pump any... Well, yeah, I was going to pump no matter what. He had an appetite for the unnatural. Okay. Got a little bit punished for pumping, but I think it's probably right. Like, if he's got 2 spells there, I'm going to lose almost every time. Because, like, I'm just so far behind in the race then. I think I actually can take this. He doesn't have mana to Uncaged Fury right now. And I just want as much stuff in play as possible. Though, chumping could put me not dead to an Uncaged Fury next turn, which is kind of nice. So let's kill that. I guess I leave 1 Thopter back. Attack for 7. Puts him at 9. I mean, I still have a pretty clean kill on the next turn, assuming I'm not dead. He's got 1 card plus a card for turn that it doesn't cost 2 or less. We know that. I mean, it could be a pump spell, I guess. Plays out land. I like that. Plays out a Chandra. Okay, so he has to kill Pia here, I think. Or he's dead. And then it's going to be interesting from there. If he leaves, he probably will serve with the Hydra. I don't have to chump if he does that. But if I don't, he can pump twice, and then I'm dead to Chandra. Well, I can attack the Chandra, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I think he almost... I guess he can go for the win, too. Plus the Chandra. He's going to attack first. 3... 4, 5. Yeah, I'm 1 point short of killing him by not blocking. I mean, I think he still has to kill the Pia, right? He kills the Pia, and I have 7 points. So I guess I will just chump. I still have 7 points, right? So he's dead to any pumps. He's dead to any burn spell. So I actually think I might be favored in this spot. Like, I have him dead 1 turn quicker than he has me dead. I can leave back a Thopter, hit him for 6, put him to 3, have 2 lethal Scroungers in play with multiple creatures in my graveyard to bring them back, and multiple draw steps. Scrounger's really, really strong. Another Scrounger. So I guess, since I drew that other Scrounger, I should probably kill the Chandra. Didn't really think about the Chandra being in play still, but I think that gives him one more hit to rip a removal spell. It might not be right, but he might not even be playing Uncaged Fury. Like, I haven't seen any pump spells. I've seen Trackers, Chandras, and Gearhawks and Chords, which is more of a mid-range deck. The problem is if he plays any creature next turn, then I don't have lethal, but he can't even attack with the Hydra, if that's his plan. So I think this is probably fine. Better safe than sorry. Though I actually have no creatures that can block. This could go horribly wrong. Though I guess I can't even really think of what he can draw here. I guess I'm dead to Gearhulk. But that doesn't change. Since I'm dead to Gearhulk, I think I definitely have to kill the Chandra too, actually. Gives him one less out. I win if he draws any, just draws any creature. Foreboding Ruin. So attacking with the Thopter doesn't change anything if you drew a Harness Lightning. So we're just going to attack with everything else. Looks like he may have drawn something. I'm going to pump. Guess he drew a Harness Lightning. Doesn't really matter. Ooh, it's an Appetite. That's pretty gross, actually. But I'm still going to have him dead to a brick next turn. I am dead to Gearhulk still. Appetite is not very good against me post-board, but it is what it is. Another Hydra. Okay, so I win, right? No, I guess he can leave them both back and stay alive. But that seems to favor me. Maybe not. Maybe he will win this, actually. I think I need to draw something to break parity. Yeah, the Appetite was a really sick draw. Because it allowed him to... The life gain was just so big. Draw Swamp. So I have no creatures left, but I can't really attack. I guess if I attack, I put him to 2 life, and then I can return Scrounger end of turn, one of the Scroungers, which means he's dead to any burn spell no matter what. Or I could just attack with nothing. I wonder if that's better than attacking with everything. If I attack with everything, I just lose a Scrounger, but I put him to 2. He still has to leave both of his guys back. I think that's probably better. Because if he just draws a creature, then he's not dead to a burn spell. So let's go ahead and fire in with the squad. Which is kind of strange, but this feels not right, but... It actually really doesn't change much, I don't think. Also forces him to use 3 energy, which is pretty irrelevant, I suppose. So yeah, if I would have played less defensively and had my opponent at 1 less life, I might have been able to get there this game. I guess I'm not quite dead yet. I have a few turns to draw Burn Spell. Unfortunately, it can't be Disintegration. No attacks, that's what I like. Do I even return the Scrounger? Is there any reason not to? I don't think there's a reason not to that I can think of. Like, I'm not going to be able to get creatures to get them both back in. Deck? There's the flow. Okay. That was the biggest difference. At the pizza, when I burned out the pizza, I had a few games where I couldn't draw the burn spell and I had a few turns to do so. But we win the match, and I'll see you guys for the next one.